What's up, everybody? So today I wanted to talk about the character roster because I think it's actually really cool. Honestly, I genuinely, like, even when they first showed it off, like, I was pretty excited about it. And I feel like some people were a little bit, like, weird about it because of some of the random characters. Like, it was like, oh, there's just, like, a sidestepper or whatever. But I feel like there were also a bunch of people that, like, thought it was neat. So, well, actually, I don't have a full tally, but I remember there being lots of talks about it. I feel like I saw more talks about it being kind of like a negative, that there were characters like just a random sidestepper or whatever, but regardless of what the overall consensus was, I genuinely thought it was super cool. Like, in my opinion, when it comes to characters in the Mario universe or just in Nintendo games in general, throw them all in there. Like, I just think it's cool when you can get more into characters like Pianta. It's like, cool, I can play as Pianta. Like, that's just cool. Maybe Pianta becomes someone's favorite character. I don't know. I think it's cool. I think it's better to have more than less. And especially like when it comes to like Mario Party, like especially games like that where, like, similar to this, where it's like, you know, they still have to do work. Like, they have to make the animations and stuff, but it's not like Smash Bros. Where they have to make like individual move sets and all this type of stuff. It's just the characters. So for me, the more the merrier. But there is one thing that I did want to talk about that I just think it's kind of a shame. So when it comes to all of these characters, what bothers me, and I can better show this in the map, and then I will go back to that screen to keep talking about it. But if I go to the map, you can see that Baby Rosalina has 5, Waluigi has 6, Baby Luigi has 3, Peach has, I think, 9. I think that was 9. DK only has 2. That's my problem with it. I really don't like how inconsistent the amount of costumes are. Because a part of the fun is driving around and getting the different food and seeing what it does. And it was a fear that I had before the game came out because it seemed kind of inconsistent with what I was seeing. And I already had a feeling that characters like these weren't going to have other costumes. And I would rather it have been more balanced out than just having it to where, like, Peach has a bunch more than another character. Because even with the baby characters that I just looked at, it's not even consistent there. Like, if we look at Baby Rosalina, there's 5, but then Baby Luigi, there's only 3. So I would have rather it have just been, like, each one gets, like, I don't know, like 6 or something. Like, whatever is doable. Like, obviously, I don't want to, like, sure, if I could have any game I ever wanted, I'd say, oh, I'll just have 50 million. But to be realistic, like, I don't know, like 5 or something, or whatever they wanted to, like, balance it out as. But when you have your favorite character, like, for me, Donkey Kong has really grown on me because I'm huge with the Donkey Kong series. For those who don't follow the channel, I love the Donkey Kong Country series. I love Donkey Kong in general. But Donkey Kong, the character, was never really, like, my all-time favorite. I always liked, like, Diddy Kong or Dixie Kong. Donkey Kong's been really growing on me with the new design. And I have a bunch of videos on that if you want to hear a bunch of stuff about that. But so as of recent, though, like, I've been, like, noticing I've been wanting to play Donkey Kong more. And playing him and driving around, I noticed I only, like, changed once. And then when I saw the map and I was like, wow, there really is only one costume. And it was kind of lame to, like, because I feel like a part of the fun of getting the food is that you don't know what you're going to get. But if there's only one costume, then it's like, well, the wonder is kind of gone. Because, like, I kept getting different food and it's like, well, nothing's happening. And then it's like, oh, there's literally only one. And then the other thing that kind of bugs me too is that when you go to, like, Para Bitty Bud, that's it. There's no alternate costume. And to me, that's annoying because I could understand them not wanting to go as all out as, like, you know, Mario's got this outfit on, Bowser's got this outfit on. There are literally different colored Para Bitty Buds, and I actually think even within Mario Kart World, there are different colored Para Bitty Buds. Like, they already exist in the Mario universe, but I think even in Mario Kart World, like as NPCs or like enemies, they're in the game, I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure I drove to a spot that had them. So, like, why can't you just choose the different colors? It would have been cool if, like, with the penguin, like, maybe they just, like, would have different hats or, like, a scarf or something. This could have been alternate costumes or, like, alternate colors. Again, they could have done maybe, like, they could have done something, like, maybe not alternate colors, but just something. There was another example I wanted to give. Cheep Cheep. Cheep Cheep to me is a perfect example of, I saw a Reddit post about this. There's different Cheep Cheeps within the Mario universe, and it would have been neat if you could be like the purpled spike one. I think it's purple. Maybe I would have just played as that one. Because when I first got the game, I did play as Cheep Cheep. I thought it was fun. But I just really wish, like, and then with the Sidestepper, there's different colored Sidesteppers in the Mario Bros. Games. So I just think it's kind of a shame that they weren't as consistent across the board. Because I would have been okay with, like I would understand, you know, Cheep Cheep. Maybe they don't want to create all sorts of, like, full-on costumes like how Rosalina has, how Luigi has, Bowser, Mario. But they still could have done the alternate colors. Like, and I think people would have more so understood that of, like, oh, okay, like, I get that they're not going to go, like, all out with Cheep Cheep. But the fact that you can't even switch to the different ones that already exist, I just think it was a missed opportunity. But I do want to be clear, though. I think the roster is a lot of fun. I just think that there were a couple things that could have been changed that would have made it more consistent across the board, that would have made it more exciting. Because I'm not even really playing as any of these characters anymore. Like, I played as Cheep Cheep when I first got the game, but now it's like, well, I'd rather unlock the costumes and see what's available. And then that's where it was kind of a shame when I played as Donkey Kong, and it was like, oh, there's only one. Now, I don't know if they'll add more as time goes on. The game was $80, so I don't know if that means we'll get some free DLC. I'm sure that paid DLC will happen. Even though the game costs $80, I would not be shocked if we still got paid DLC. But Nintendo does quite a bit of free updates, and I wouldn't be shocked if they start doing that with something like costumes or something. But yeah, just to be, like, very, very clear, I think the roster is a lot of fun. I just wish that it was changed a little bit. Because, like I said, some of these characters, like with Donkey Kong, it was fun to, because I mean, already it's like I'm experiencing the new Donkey Kong for the first time, like this new design. And then it was like, oh, only one costume. So, not the biggest deal, but it's just something that kind of bugged me. So let me know in the comments down below if it's something that kind of bugs you. Let me know other changes that you may have wanted to do with the character roster, or if you think the character roster is perfect. Let me know in the comments down below. And until next time, I'll see you all later. Take care, everyone.